I'll start out here with a word that Mike doesn't like too much, which is visualizations. But I do agree that what we need to do is create what I think of as a visual vocabulary, taking the information that we have or that we need for a specific case and turning it into information that's worthwhile and make valuable decisions off of. What I have here is a specific IR&D project that we've been working on since last summer that I didn't know was GeoDesign until I started hearing about this particular conference and summit. So the problem we have that we're trying to solve is the visualizing of the cyber landscape. We have three areas that we're working on: data processing, turning the very large volumes of log files for all the various network devices into worthwhile information, and that's kind of where the visual vocabulary comes in, is you have to create a meaning behind the 3D object that gets back to the information. So the data visualization is the second part of it. And the third part is what we're most interested in as geospatial people, is making that data geolocated or locating it in space somehow. Now the solution we're working on is one we want to provide a more intuitive analysis interface. And this really gets around the whole concept of human preattentive processing. This is something we all do every day in our work with GIS and mapping. It's taking information and making it into a visual object that people immediately understand. When you look at an icon of a campsite, you know what it is. We need to do the same thing for any type of 3D visualization, and specifically for us with the cyber information and network events that we're trying to get at. We're also trying to integrate the cybersecurity events and information within the geospatial context, which most cyber events and objects are inherently geospatial, even at something as simple as an IP location. We're also starting to look at the ability to bring supercomputing analysis to the system that we're developing. The technology we're working with is we want to have a web-based application to be as platform independent as possible. We use our ArcGIS desktop and server for all of our heavy lifting of the geoprocessing required in the background. For the 3D global view, I'll use the evil word of Google Earth for now, until we can see more speed improvements out of some of the stuff that Esri provides us. On the subnet and local view, which is the local computer system as well as the local subnet of firewalls and web servers and all that other stuff, we use Java 3D. And looking ahead a little bit to a presentation by Ola, we're also looking at the use of the massively multiplayer online role-playing game engines for collaboration and between different analysts and events. The last point is the NVIDIA CUDA, which is a way of using the graphics GPU for supercomputer-like processing. There's one GIS company out there called Manifold GIS that has a test that they did showing a surface transformation that would normally take 358 seconds, between 5 and 7 minutes, that with this process they've gotten down to 11 seconds. So that type of analysis gets us the potential of giving a near real-time analysis of these log files that are hiding in the background. The virtual environments that we're building are at the very bottom level, the local system view, which will be a 3D viewer into your local computer. The subnet view, which is your web servers. This particular one is a firewall. And then the global view, which we'll do in some type of 3D geospatial. Now, the types of events that we can portray here and get it to the analyst is like this one here. It shows in the center a central server that is ours and all the connections into it and how it is being affected. Green connections are ones that we think are valid and are allowed. Yellow connections are potentially dangerous, and red connections are active attacks. The whole point of the system is to get to this particular interface where all of that other stuff, all the technology, all of the geoprocessing, all of the log file processing is transparent to the analyst. They come in with a single glance, they can look at this image and see exactly what is happening to that central server. That's it. Thanks.